Alright guys, well, I'm back today with a full overview of the Glock 47, and it's official. Glock has way too many numbers. Leave a comment in the comment section if you agree. In a nutshell, this is the MOS version of the Glock 47, which is a full-size 9mm handgun with a little bit more modularity than you would generally see in a Glock 17. It kind of combines some Glock 17 elements, but with some Glock 19X elements or Glock 45 elements. Top it all off with the MOS plate adapter system, and you have yourself a Glock 47. Now, this is actually an interesting concept developed by Glock for the United States Customs and Border Protection in 2019 and is now available to the commercial market. And for the layperson picking this up, it's going to feel very similar, have the same sight radius and barrel length as a Glock 17. The differences right off the bat is going to be the frame and the fact that it can actually take Glock 19 Generation 5 slides because of the shortened dust cover and recoil assembly. This does, however, feature a full Glock 17 full-length barrel, and with that modularity, it allowed Customs and Border Patrol to really kind of modernize and adapt the Glock platform, whether it be something like the Glock 49 with a shortened grip module, similar to a Glock 19 and a longer slide, or drop it all the way down to a Gen 5 19. You can mix and match this however you want, and it's pretty cool if you're starting from scratch, but honestly, I believe this modularity is a little bit more accustomed to the Border Patrol, the military, law enforcement, where you're tailoring a gun to your specific needs, whereas just us average civilians are going to pick up exactly what we want. Now, I actually bought this because I was looking for a Glock 17 Gen 5 MOS for a battle belt setup I was doing, and I wanted something that was going to be a workhorse, reliable, easy to use, with an optics cut and the ability to add a light with the full-size configuration. And when I saw this, I knew I had to grab it because it was as close as I was going to get, because I was really struggling to find that Glock 17 Gen 5 MOS. Now, I've heard that they've discontinued that in place of this 47, although I haven't seen any confirmation. There's another comment you can leave in the description below if you've heard that or not. Now, for me, I've reviewed Glocks time and time again on the channel, and if you want the full overview, you can check out some of those other videos. In a nutshell, they're fairly ergonomic. Love the new Gen 5s without finger grooves. They fit nicely in your hands, and I love the full-size frame of this one. Fairly deep undercut right there on the frame, so it holds nicely. Cocking serrations on the front and back of the slide. The MOS plate adapter system. Now, for me, I would just rather have a straight RMR cut, so the optic sits a little bit lower, but Glock does Glock things, and they have that MOS plate adapter system. Now, it actually comes with the RMR plate inside the box, but you can get things like Delta Point Pro, Doctor Cut, you name it, they make a plate for it, and it is pretty cool with that interchangeability. But for me, I'm running the standard RMR plate, and I put the Hollow Sun on top. I may swap out the sights in the future, but it comes with the traditional Glock sights, polymer, nothing to write home about. This one does feature, however, ambidextrous safety, or a slide release, which is pretty nice. And then everything else about this is just very Glockish. Again, nothing really to write home about other than the modularity for Customs and Border Patrol. But I really don't think that you're going to be taking advantage of the full modularity of this as the average civilian, in my humble opinion. But again, you guys may argue with me in the comments section. So taking this out to the range, it's shot like a standard Glock 17. Trigger was the same, accuracy was the same, recoil impulse was the same, just shooting a Glock 17, no real differences there, and it functioned great down at the range. And this is where I want to give a huge shout out to AAC for providing the ammo to help make this video, and many others. Ran a lot of the 115, some 124, some 147s, all work flawlessly, no issues whatsoever, and that's what Glock is known for, their reliability down at the range, and it just kept chugging along just fine. Right now, I'm at about the 400 or 500 round mark. Gonna run some different types of carry ammo through it, and then this will transition into the battle belt setup as my go-to full-size 9mm. I wanted something that I could take to a class, take to the range, take if I'm checking out something on the land, check to see if something goes bump in the night. Now, I've already got those setups, but I really wanted something with an optic. And after looking through my collection, the only thing I had that was Glock branded was a Gen 4 34 MOS, or I believe it might be a Gen 5 34 MOS in a tan color. Now, that's a cool gun and it's a cool setup. It was a little bit long for what I wanted. The coating was a little bit different, stood out. This is just going to be a plain Jane workhorse for the channel and honestly for my personal collection to really use in emergency defensive situations. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Are you still choosing Glock for those things I described, just like a rugged workhorse gun, or have you transitioned to something else? For me, after looking at all of the options for this battle belt setup, this is what I chose. It was either going to be this or the Glock 17 MOS. Let me know if you think I made a mistake. I'd really love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. And again, a huge shout out to AAC for always supporting the channel and sending out the ammo. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.